during my year out, I met this young lad who just became a Christian and was just going to church. He was such an amazing guy. He was so on fire for God. But about 2 weeks before he became a Christian, he committed armed robbery, and he was about to get sentenced. And the church came together and just prayed and fasted for him for a full week and really just sought God in the matter. He went to court and he was standing for the judge, and the normal length of sentence for that sort of crime would be about 4 years. But the judge only gave him a 6-month suspended sentence, which means now in 3 months' time he'll have no more sentence, he'll have nothing on his crime sheet, he'll be completely free, and it was just an amazing miracle of God. This year on YFC1, I've learnt that sometimes in our Christian lives that we use these buzzwords, we use these words that really don't mean anything to anybody, but mean something to us, and that we really have to break down our language and just break down how we speak, and really, as Paul says in the Bible, just deliver the cross, just talk about Jesus and just talk about who he is, rather than trying to be all spiritual and everything to people. And I learned that loads in prison with lads who I would say words to that they had no idea what I was on about. And I also learned that this year for me has been about developing character and about developing who I am and becoming more and more like Jesus, just by being with people who need Jesus so much. I think this year God has really broken down a lot of who I was and taken away a lot of my want to know all these answers about God, and I want to know all the right things about God, like knowing exactly who God is, and just changed my whole mindset. I made up more that my mind's now missional. It's now about seeking that life's not about knowing exactly who God is. It's about knowing that God's there and accepting that, and just getting on with the job and getting on with the fact that we just need to get out there and just go save people and just give them the message of the cross. I was at a conference in the summer, and this guy on the main stage, Bart Campolo, said that mission is about picking up stories, that mission lifestyle is about picking up stories and using those stories in your life. And I really feel this year for me has been about collecting stories, about collecting things about people's lives that really mean something to them and then mean something to me. And I know now that I'm going to have this collection of stories in my heart that are just unbelievable, that I can then use elsewhere and wherever God takes me or wherever God puts me, and that when I tell other people these stories I can really encourage them and use them just to build them up in their faith. For me, this year out has just been about developing who I am and really changing my whole character and making me just less of who I am and less of what I want in my life and less of my attitudes, more of who Jesus is and more of what his attitudes are and more of what he's done.